was great.
There is, and I didn't stay.
What?
I didn't stay. I didn't even know.
Some hold up.
So I didn't watch it because I also left.
What is wrong with you? Okay.
No, listen.
Hi, I'm Angeline, and this is Operation Tomatometer. Today we'll be reviewing John Wick Chapter 4, and we're joined by some very lovely guests today.
Hi, my name is Eva.
I'm RJ.
I'm Max.
I'm Evan.
I'm Aaron, and we're all from Townsend Harris High School.
I didn't know we were doing jazz hands. You should have told me. Anyways, so show of hands, has anyone watched John Wick, any of the John Wicks before? Okay, whoa, okay. So, how did this compare? Like,
So I'm not gonna lie. Out of the 3 movies prior, this is probably my favorite one because
really?
this is exactly what I was hoping for when a John Wick movie. I mean, half the movie is to do fighting throughout Paris, New York. It's just half the movie is action, the other half is like following the John Wick story. So to me, I thought it was perfect. Great ending. Well, sad ending.
No,
but
I think it's a good way to like end off. Well, we can debate this later, but I think it was like a good way to end off his story. I feel like he's been fighting this for so long, and also I'm just generally not a big fan of like anybody's like story getting dragged out too long. You know what I mean? Because then it feels like.
I also think this was the best of the 3, because I think, as Max said, like, how I felt it was, like, they each progressively got better. So, like, the first one, I know the second one was really good. I think the second one was my favorite before this. And the third one and the fourth, I felt like it was like a combination of all the other movies. It had all the action, the different locations. I think was really sick. That's like one of the things I've loved about this the series is like the scenery, the graphics. I think that's really cool. So I think this was the best one out of all of them, and I think the conclusion was like perfect.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I thought the first movie was the best one, because like there's just this element of surprise. Like you don't know who John Wick is. You know, he's just a random person who's just like killing people. But then you've gone through this whole franchise, and like you've gotten used to him, like killing 3,000 people. It's just like okay, it's getting kind of
actual kill.
Yeah, it's getting a little repetitive. You know. Like,
One of his kill counts was 148 in one of the movies.
what?
Yeah.
well, you combine them in 4 movies, it's around 3,000.
Yeah, it's
My
100
fault,
times
Mr. Stats.
3.
My bad. My bad.
My math seems a little.
150. 150 times
I mean, 150.
3.
150 times 4.
That's still not 3,000.
That's crazy.
Just round up.
Okay,
Just leave it
yeah,
in.
rounding
Oh,
up. Okay.
Yeah, round up.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll rock with it.
I thought it was good, but like kind of like what Evan said, it's kind of like repetitive, you know. Like you kind of expect what you get, you know, in a John Wick movie.
Yeah, I feel like John Wick is one of those like when you search up like action movie, it's like the action movie. You know, it's like very like especially about the fighting scenes. I don't know. Again, I've said this in like almost every like action movie-esque, you know, video, but I'm not a big fan of action movies.
I'm not either, actually. Okay, as someone who doesn't see... as someone who doesn't really like... As someone who doesn't really like action movies, and I'm not like a big like fight scene, like, okay, this is gonna get me like canceled. But when I watched Star Wars, I skipped over all of the fighting scenes. Sorry.
That's like half.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Star Wars.
But as someone who has not seen the other 3, and as someone who doesn't like action movies, I really like this one. I thought the ending was good. I thought the fight scenes were good. I thought they were engaging. I did turn to you at halfway throughout the movie and said, I'm bored. Because there was nothing going on.
Can confirm that.
But I think also what I realized is that he doesn't talk a lot. I think he said like a solid 2 sentences throughout the entire thing, which I think is also really fascinating because I think in most action movies, like any Marvel movie or any Avengers movie, like they're talking, there is dialogue, there is a plot. I think there wasn't really a plot. Well, there was a plot, but it was action-based plot, which I don't know how I feel about that.
Guys, actions speak louder than words, bro. Come on.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Also, I want to say, like, if I've just like fought like 30 people, falling down like 40 flights of stairs every night, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm like,
Bro, he took on half of Paris in that little intersection.
That was the best scene.
Proceeded
was the best
to
scene.
get his entire spinal structure destroyed by like getting hit by 6 cars.
You should have done
Tanked.
1,000 times that movie.
Tanked a gun, like,
plot armor.
tanked 30,000 gunshots to his suit.
Yeah.
And this dude still got up, broke his back, jumped out a window onto a van,
yeah,
and
crazy.
still climbed 222 stairs. If they're falling down those stairs, they'll climb back up them.
Oh, he fell down again, actually.
Got kicked down.
I think it was 4. Was it 4 total times or 3?
What, you fell down?
Down the whole.
Yeah. No, I mean, he
entire-
fell down the entire thing like
Yeah.
once, and then like he kept falling down like.
No, he
That was
fell
a
all the
re-
way back to the
that was a-
bottom.
Yeah, all the way to the bottom.
That's a really frustrating scene to watch because like
Oh,
just get up there,
right.
you know. And
yeah,
no,
but it's like a
keep
big
falling
ass
down.
dude
Yeah,
kicking ass down the
that's
stairs, bro. I don't know.
The part of the fighting scenes that I don't like, it's like that, and also like the, I don't know, sometimes the unrealistic. I mean, like obviously I'm rooting for him, so it's like when he does get up, it's like yeah, but it's also like man,
I mean,
Give up.
that's a lot. That's a lot, right? Exactly. Like,
I mean, some of the scenes when he was fighting, like when that the Japanese continental was getting attacked in like Osaka, like some of those scenes, like some of those punches I was watching, like bro was not throwing anything.
right,
It
exactly.
was, it was like a, and the guy was just like in his face slammed to the ground. Like he hit him with a nunchuck and it would go like.
That nunchuck scene was long. I remember
Nah,
we were talking about
yeah.
this. Wild. Like I love all of like the action movies all the time, but like this,
That was
there are
kinda
certain
great.
times where I was like, damn, like we're still here, we're still fighting. The nunchuck scene I think was like
That was too
unnecessarily
long.
In the hotel room.
Yeah, like in the hotel, like, he's
Yeah.
fighting these dudes, like he's like recycling nunchuck moves. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, like we gotta
I seen
put him away and pull out the gun. Like at this point, just shoot him.
You know what my favorite part was? I'm sorry to interrupt you. I feel like you were ending.
Go
Were you
ahead.
ending?
Yeah, I'm done.
My favorite part was, well, not my favorite part, but my favorite, I think, one of my favorite characters was Kane.
yeah.
And the way that he was portrayed by the movie, like by the directors, because I feel like he was blind, right?
Mhm.
And I was really worried that they were either going to majorly downplay him or overplay him. Like they were either going to give him crazy like armor, like crazy, like he was going to be like literally like overpowered, or he was going to be downplayed and literally be the first one to die. But
You're clipped.
he did not, and he was actually like a very good obviously that was like his purpose. Like his purpose was to serve as like the
the
match
high
for
table.
John Wick.
Yeah.
But I think the directors did that very nicely. You guys
Maybe-
are laughing like you
No,
guys
no,
did
no,
great.
I'm laughing at him. No, I agree. Did anybody notice that like the entire movie was like a little pink?
What?
No, you
What?
didn't notice that?
No, dude. Like, what? Oh,
No, no, no. Did you not notice like
the way you
like the
said
lens
that,
is,
oh my
was a little
God.
bit pink?
Guys, like,
Bro.
you
There's
guys
a
like,
pinkish
what is,
tint.
like,
Nah,
And it's always the pink.
Maybe it was
It
your
was
movie
literally
theater.
pink.
Yeah, I think maybe you.
What
No, no,
theater
no.
did you go to?
Midway.
Have you ever go to Midway?
Back
Have you ever
ass
go to
theater.
Midway
It was really
theater?
Have
You
you
paid
ever
$16 for a pink
tested-
$6 for a sour patch. But they were moving like the first scene for the desert. I was like, this desert is pink. No.
That's right.
This is crazy, like symbolism in film, guys.
I thought it was.
Guys, because the sunset at the end was pink and then he died.
Right,
And
and
so
you know what pink
I was like,
The
represents?
flower on
It
his
was-
tomb was pink.
Oh my god!
It
Yeah.
was.
The ongoing
And the
theory.
cherry blossoms at the
Oh, shit!
You know, it makes sense.
Yo,
Wait,
you're
wait,
so
wait.
lost. Why are you so lost?
I can't tell if you're making fun of me.
No,
or
we're
like,
not.
No,
We're
no,
serious.
no,
Serious.
Oh, so I did make.
Yeah, no, that was a
So
good
what does it
comparison.
mean then?
What, the pink?
Yeah.
What does the color pink mean, man? I don't know.
It's like
It's about
It's like
love because he was in love.
Yeah.
Oh, his
That's
wife,
why
that's
he did
right,
everything.
yeah, his
Like,
wife.
so that's why, yeah.
He was doing it for his
Yeah.
wife.
No.
Makes sense.
Loving husband.
Love,
Exactly.
Love.
Did he die? I don't know. Did he die? That's a genuine question.
So we saw
They
his
never said he died.
gravestone.
So like,
That
okay,
doesn't
wait,
mean
wait,
he
hold on.
died.
I'm gonna give you a scenario. So imagine you got shot 3 times.
Okay.
No,
And the last one was in the
Did
gut.
you see the ending? Like after the credits?
It's
Well,
not
you
a
guys
Marvel
stay.
movie. There's
You
no
guys-
post
yes,
credit
there is.
scene.
Yes, there is. There is,
There's a
but
post credit scene.
there is, and I didn't stay.
What?
I didn't stay.
I didn't even know.
Some
that.
pull up, some pull
No,
up.
there's
Okay,
a
okay,
post-credit scene. I will
What
say
was
that. It
So
was-
I didn't watch it because I also left.
It was, what is wrong with you? Okay,
No,
so,
no, no. Listen.
Dude, I'm only used to
She
Marvel.
watched it.
I asked
Wait,
my
tr-
teacher, Mr. Ruiz. Hi, Mr. Ruiz. He told me about it, and he's like, "Oh, so you remember that the Japanese guy who dies in the beginning
Koji?
with his daughter?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're in the post credits, and I remember he says like, "Keanu." Okay, it's really complicated. Can somebody
Wait,
like insert
did you
it?
watch
Because I don't know.
Can someone
this
do
is
that?
so crazy. I was trying to explain it this whole time.
Okay,
You're like,
oh,
no,
oh,
guys,
my
guys,
bad,
wait, let me.
bad.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
so doesn't like Kane go back to his daughter after like this whole time? Like Kane was like, "Oh, I can't go back to my daughter. It's not safe in these conditions, right?" And Kane finally walks back to his daughter, and then something bad happens, and I don't remember what that was.
I
But
think
something bad
somebody
happens,
pulled
right?
out a knife.
Yeah, somebody pulls out
And
a
then the
knife.
camera was like, it didn't show who.
Right.
But since the Japanese guy and his daughter was dead,
Yeah.
it had to be Keanu. So I was like,
No,
This
no,
guy-
no,
No.
No,
Uh,
they're not
In the
like
beginning
that.
of the movie, Koji was his name. When he died, his
Oh,
daughter.
the continental.
Yeah, his daughter like swore revenge on Kane.
Oh, yeah.
so it was her.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
it
her.
So Mr. Ruiz lied to me.
Do you guys think like the acting was there? You mentioned his like punches being very.
I mean, okay, so like some of the fight scenes, low key, like beginning, like okay, I get like used to like they're showing like he's tired
Right,
after
right.
beating up like 5 swarms of enemies, but like some of these punches,
They
like
looked fake. They were
Right.
very
it looked like it was like a And bro was like, oh.
My bad.
Like, I get like he's tired of beating up like 56 dudes, but like
Yeah.
that is not it. I mean, acting from all like the actual acting was great. Like Keanu Reeves, the guy who plays what's his name, the French guy.
Oh, by
I
the way,
hated that.
fun
actually.
fact.
No one
Fun fact
likes
for
that
everyone. I told you this. The guy who played the French guy is actually from Sweden.
Because she turned to me in the middle of the movie, she's like, "Oh, what accent is that?" Because his French accent was so bad. It was
Yeah.
so
I was
terrible.
curious.
Not like he was.
I liked his acting, but
No, his
accent
acting was great.
His acting was
He
good.
had me hating him the
Oh
entire
my god, and
movie.
the plot twist where because in the fighting scene when they were doing the cowboy thing, right? Originally, I was like, why did his gun not go off? I thought the gun glitched. You thought he missed, and I was like, there's no way that
True. There's no way John would.
and I was like,
Don't
his
miss.
gun did not go off. And then he was like, oh yeah,
He
I'm gonna get the final
He didn't
shot.
shoot.
And he was like, I didn't shoot.
Nah,
That was
he really
good.
took the
That
gut
was
shot
good.
though.
Yeah, that's
Like
great.
got
Well,
shot
he-
straight
that
in
was
the
good.
gut.
He
Bro
did
went,
die. He did die.
and then went.
You know who's the best? It was a fat German guy
Oh yeah, his
with,
acting
with the
was,
magician.
Oh, with the gold teeth.
That
Yeah.
was so. I like that.
Yeah.
No, I like when he got his ass beat, bro.
I just like that.
And
I
then
like
when,
his
when he
beating
like
up.
falls down, when he
Yeah.
falls down like 4
Bro.
flights of stairs and like his neck is like.
Oh
you see that?
snap!
Yeah.
Crunch!
No,
Done.
it was a funny say like a triple chip. His neck was broken.
Dude,
Yo,
like,
fat shaming
this
John Wick is
No,
crazy.
no.
this is
it's not.
crazy. His observations and contributions have so
Alright,
far been
let's face
guys.
this.
Have you
Not that
noticed
John Wick
that the
fell off a
entire-
balcony and snapped his spinal cord on a steel
No,
rebar beam,
literally.
and the guy's face had a triple chin. That's what he was looking at.
It was not because he was fat. It was because he broke his neck.
Okay, so the fight choreography. As someone who doesn't like action movies, as previously slated, I thought that it had a very wide range of fighting. Like I liked how there was a car scene. Oh my god, my favorite part when they had a fight scene and it was the overhead view with
Oh, that
all
was
the
sick in the
rooms,
house.
and it looked like
That
a
was-
oh, yeah,
whodunit.
yeah, yeah.
That was
like
hard.
that was,
That was
so
hard.
I'm
cool.
really into whodunits.
I love.
I think Clue. We said it already. Like it looked
Clue,
like a
yeah.
Clue, like
Yeah.
board game.
And
It
he
was
like picked
so
up like the
sick.
candlestick and like you saw him running around all the rooms.
Oh,
Like I
He
love
picked
that.
up a
I love
fire
that.
gun, bro.
That was
That
fire.
boom, boom.
And then it was like the fire gun, and it was like in the mansion, and then it was in the church,
That
and then he had
overhead
that whole
shot was
sacrifice
hard.
thing that was also really cool. And the fight scene, like it was like in the Osaka, the conference hotel, and then we had the motorcycle and the cars. Like that was, I love that. Like I loved all of that.
Like in terms of diversity, that was like the most like diverse. Like
Yeah.
I think the beginning, like seeing like the fight scene with the swords and stuff, and then
That's
like
a classic.
I think the daughter Akira, like her fight scenes were
Yeah,
sick.
yeah,
Going
she
up the
was
stairs and she was like stabbing. the
Nah,
guy.
we're doing the bag.
That was like I love that, and then like obviously the vehicles. I think that was probably the best scene.
I think my scene was like when they were at the I think it was like the Arc de Triomphe in like the middle of the.
Oh yeah, they're like swerving.
Yeah,
as
and
the
like
cars are
dude,
going
he's
by.
swerving around in the cars. He's like running through like
The
oncoming
drift on that car
traffic.
was.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie.
Beautiful
That
car.
scene was
Sexy.
beautiful. He clipping dudes out the car, like they hopping out. He's
Swinging them into
clipped.
the other vehicles.
Nah, like that was craziest scene. He must have racked up like at least 150 kills in that one scene.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know the craziest scene is where that guy has to pull a knife like from within his arm. Remember that?
Okay, how do you guys think about him as character?
I
Wait,
think it's kind of
character.
pointless.
I like the
Hunter
puppy.
guy.
There's a nobody guy? Yeah, nobody. It's a nobody.
Yeah,
That's
like, I mean,
a
obviously.
fireman.
Like Loki, like
Nobody's a fireman.
I think he was kind of pointless in the movie.
Like if you got rid of him, there would be no change.
I mean, like the only
I
thing
don't know
that
about no change.
I mean,
but
the only like actual contribution he had was when he shot the guy when he was about to kill John Wick. But other than
No,
that,
you know the best contribution is when the duel was happening. He was just sitting back and having a
he
beer.
was so
Oh,
good.
you know what?
That was his best moment. He was like,
but I think also his dog
He's
like
like,
was
that was
another
good. His
like
dog was
in
The
terms
dog,
of
we were
symbolism.
talking
Yeah.
about
Dogs throughout John Wick
I
was
like the
because
puppy.
that
that
Yeah.
big tall dude was about to kill the dog, and John was like, no, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna kill
he
you,
shows-
Mr.
yeah.
Nobody. I'm gonna kill
I'm gonna
that
shoot
dude.
that guy. He fell off the balcony.
I was like,
and died.
That was good.
No, he didn't die.
Oh, that's right. He didn't die. He tanked that too.
Because of course that wouldn't kill you.
No, because he just landed belly first onto a staircase.
Guys, I don't know. I'm okay with fashion movies. For me, I didn't say it because I didn't want to ruin your. But I kind of all the action scenes kind of blended together for me. Sorry.
I agree.
But you know, so solid 85.
I would say a solid like 92. 92.
I feel like 90. I think great action, amazing like finale, like great characters. I give it 98. I loved it.
I'm
Whoa.
going 98 too. Honestly, I love that. Great ending, characters, fight scenes, everything I could have asked for in a John Wick movie to end the franchise. It's perfect.
I'm gonna give 8.7 out of 10.
Oh my.
Yo, you're supposed to
It's
give
out of
That's an
100.
87. That's an 87. Move on.
That's 87%.
I would say it was a solid 84.
Yeah.
Is there a consensus?
It's like a 90, I think, because if they're on the highers, we're on the lowers.
What I outlined.
No. I like the movie. I'm on the lower side, but like.
The consensus is a 90.
Consensus 92.
91. Okay, 91.5.
Crazy.
We're good. Okay, anyways, thank you for watching, and make sure to follow The Classic and watch the newest episode of The 27 on Instagram and YouTube, but in the opposite order. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.
Peace.